Hello, freak bitches. This article that I want to talk about when we got here. A transgender woman, she was a woman. She applied to an all-female college, Wellesley College. I used to actually know a girl from Wellesley back in the day. But it's an all-girls campus, and so she applied for the college. She was born a female, but then decided to transition into she had a very hilarious, this is hilarious, listen to the description of how she introduces herself, whatever. Masculine of center, genderqueer. Exactly. Yeah, I am in love with this story. I am in love with these kind of people. I am in love with people that are so fucking preposterous that they take preposterous to an art form. And they become living parody whether they like it or not. Listen to what the fuck I just said. She goes to a college. She applies to an all-girls college, a super liberal all-girls college. She decides that she is transgender and decides that she introduces herself as masculine of center, genderqueer, changes her name to Timothy, decided that she's Timothy, and asks people to use the male pronoun when referring to him. Okay, so welcome on campus until the day that he announced, okay, it's he now, whatever, that he wanted to run for the school's office of Multicultural Affairs Coordinator, whose job is to promote a culture of diversity. Now, who, you would think, would need diversity more than someone who's a transgender man? You know, I mean, that's a very small segment of the population, and they're often maligned, and, you know, this is a socially marginalized group, and it would be nice for an open-minded liberal college to accept someone like this and to recognize what a perfect person to be a part of our campaign, encouraging people to, to be more open-minded and accept people.
That's so crazy.
No, they attacked her because now they felt that she is a white man. And they don't want a white man in that position, because if a white man is in that position, then they're supporting the patriarchy. So there was 3 other candidates for the gig, right? All women of color. Wonderful if one of them win. And then you got, okay, you know, your problem solved. You got a woman of color in that position. Plenty of diversity there. You're good, right? No, they all dropped out. And then they started an anonymous Facebook campaign encouraging people not to vote at all to keep a white man from winning the position. This is amazing. This is the left eating itself. That's what's happening. They're eating themselves. It is a feeding frenzy. I used to have piranhas, okay? And one of the things about piranhas is when one gets a limp, they just jack that motherfucker. They are the most ruthless cunts. When one piranha would just be, you know, sometimes you have a fish tank, one fish will just start swimming weird. They start swimming kind of half sideways for some reason. You're like, is that fish okay? And you have to look at them like, what's going on with that fish? That shit didn't last in that tank, baby. No, those motherfuckers are just... They just start taking chunks out of them. That's what's happening here. The left is, they're turning on themselves. They've run out of outrage. They've made so many safe places. They don't want anything to be safe anymore, and they want to be able to go to war over everything. They're ferocious. They're piranhas. They are social idea piranhas. And they're attacking a genderqueer, masculine of center man for not being diverse enough. For being a part of the patriarchy. Born a woman, lived as a woman. Nope, you're a white man now, you fucking piece of shit. You're a part of the problem.
It makes no sense.
It does make sense, though. It makes sense because it highlights what this movement is all about. It's socially retarded people that are left alone to their own devices, and they're just devouring each other like zombies. They're just tearing into each other like zombies that are trapped into a fucking room. They're just ripping each other apart. You're not diverse enough. You're not progressive enough. Fuck you. You're such a pig. I'm triggered. They're just triggering each other left and right. This is an Onion article. This is a fucking Onion article, and it's not. This is in the National Review. This is a goddamn Onion article, and it's not. transgender woman can't be diversity officer because she's a white man now.
Yeah, makes zero sense.
No, it makes all the sense in the world.
No, it's not a fake article. I mean, that seems
perfect.
like 100% a fake
It's
article.
perfect. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a rose. It's a rose in a bad neighborhood. It pops out of the concrete and it comes out perfect. It's amazing. This is art. It's the universe creating art with our own folly. That's what it is. It's culture. It's people. You know, there's something that happens to people when you deny reality, when you don't look at things objectively. Like there's I think, like, priests that molest kids, right? Some of that has to be from suppression. Some of it has to be probably they were abused themselves. There's probably all sorts of, but some of that perversion has got to come from suppression. It's like the Catholic schoolgirl thing that everybody knows. You know, when I was in high school, there was no scientists in my fucking 9th grade class, but we all knew that girls who went to Catholic schools were hoes. And why are they hoes? They're hoes because everybody tells them they can't be a hoe. Everybody's talking to them constantly about, you are going to go to hell. Do not touch a man's genitals. Don't you do anything. Those girls were freaks. They were the biggest freaks. And we all knew it. There was no books on it. There was no YouTube videos that we could watch, but we fucking knew it, man. We all knew it. And I think it's a suppression issue. And this is suppressing individual identity. This is suppressing free speech. This is suppressing objectivity. You're not allowed to have unique or intertwined thoughts. You're not allowed to share opinions with the left and with the right. You're not allowed to. You have to have, and you're constantly worried about being called out. You're constantly worried about being outed and doxxed and called out and shamed. Everyone's shaming people and attacking people, and it's this fucking feeding frenzy. I love it. I'm happy. I'm so happy when I read a story like this. I would encourage this woman to fight to the death for her position. Oh, man. She's a man now. Fight to the death for that position. I mean, literally. I want you to show up for school in armor with a sword and let them know that you are here because you are a warrior for diversity. And you're gonna take this to the very end of time. Oh, it's amazing. This is an amazing story. It's like one of the greatest stories the universe has ever told. Because it highlights that story that we were just talking about, where the thing that was up on the thing earlier with the United States is like a powder keg. This is like what we're talking about, like entitled, ridiculous people that they don't live in reality. You're not, and you're concentrating on nonsense. But why are they concentrating on nonsense? Because they don't have to worry about feeding themselves. They don't have to worry about shelter. They don't have to worry about being in Ohio, having no fucking power for a week, and everybody has to stay alive. You can't get to work. Everybody's like walking back and forth to each other's house, sharing food and going out and getting firewood together and dragging it back at some little kid's wagon. That's what people do when they want to survive. When you want to survive, you come up with ways that you can all work together. When it's too easy to survive, you start attacking people for nonsense. And that's what the fuck is going on here. You got a campaign to keep, we're going to make sure that a white man's not going to win this. Like as if she's really a white man. Why are we pretending that's a man? Left of queer, gender queer, masculine of center. Shut the fuck up. You're a girl. You're a girl or a guy. Whatever you are. Who cares? What the fuck?
There's probably way more to this story. She's just a big bitch, you know. Like she's
probably just eating too much pussy on that campus. They're all mad.
Yeah, she always
bitch is
smells
too
like
good
pussy.
at it. She's too good at it. But she's genderqueer, so that means I don't think you do anything. I don't know what that means. I don't even think they know what it means. But you ever heard of pansexual? There was a woman who was like, she was making history. This is hilarious. This is a hilarious story. She was making history because she was the first she was the first pansexual person to take office.
Pansexual.
What the fuck are you talking about? What does that mean? She means she doesn't sexually identify. She's not particularly sexually attracted to either race or either gender. It's either one or both. Miley Cyrus is pansexual? Of course she is. That's called being a freak. Pansexual. What exactly does that mean? But go find the politician. First politician as pansexual. It's just so stupid. Pansexual politician.
So it's like a new word for bisexual.
It's not even bisexual. It's because, like, they have to be special. And it has to be. Mary Gonzalez, Texas State Representative, identifies as pansexual in new interview.
What?
First of all, good for her. Eat that pussy, suck that dick, have a party, honey. I'm not hating. Do whatever you want. But do we really have to make a new name for it? Fucking Christ. I posted something about this a while back on Twitter, and there was people that were defending the term pansexual. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you for trying to muddy up the world. Fuck you for having this on your mind, unless you're mocking it. Fuck you for taking this seriously. Fuck you for this being an actual thing where you want to debate it. How bad is your job? How bored are you at work that you're sitting in front of your Twitter account defending pansexuality? You stop! You stop! She could do it. I have no problem with her doing it. Don't get me wrong. But you fucking stop. If you think you're going to defend that, fuck you. You need to go cut snow. Cut snow? You need to go cut trees. You need to go cut trees and shovel snow over at Jamie's parents' house in the middle of the winter when the fucking power's off for a month. That's what you need to do. You need to dig Brian Redband's mom out of the fucking woods. Dig her out of the woods. It's a mile dirt road back to that lady's house. Get going, fuckface. That's like, what is that? How many thousand feet is a mile? 5,000. 5,000 plus feet of snow shoveling, you fuck. How much for the driveway? You remember that? You remember that when you were a kid? You'd go to a lady's house and you go, ma'am, we're shoveling stone. Well, how much for the driveway? You're like, well, we're going to need 20 for this one. That's too much. That's too much. It's a long driveway, ma'am. It's going to take us a couple hours. Oh, that's just too much. They would get mad.